Necessary for the all issuers which are come after July 1st is that you are putting a bid on an exchange platform. Bids, when you are putting a bids, there are some criteria how you put a bid. I will just first explain you how it works out. Then in detail on presentation I will show how it happens in a BSE system. So now when I am saying you are putting a bid, this is for open offers by acquirer, for a delisting offer by the company, and for a buyback by the company. These are the three offers which will be happening on a offer to buy mechanism. Now, if I am an investor, I wanted to offer my shares, what I have to do? If I am holding a shares, I have to go to a trading members and I have to ask him, these are my shares. I may be having shares in a demat or I may be having in a physical. First, I will explain you demat how it is going to happen. If I have a shares in a demat, I will go to a trading members and I will tell people I wanted to place this shares. So what I will do as an investor, what I will do? The clearing corporation of the exchange in BSE, ICCL will declare a settlement calendar for issue and they will give a issue type. Issue type, it will be a different issue type for all three more offers, for open offer, for delisting and for buyback. So, and that notice also will issue by the exchange and clearing corporation prior to issue. So, when I am investors, when I am transferring the shares from my DP, I have to transfer to a trading members pool account. In that, while transferring, I have to mention that settlement number and that type. And once that share comes to a trading members account, trading members has to do an early paying file. You know, as how we are generally doing for a secondary market, we have the same procedure we have to follow. We have kept the file format similar to a secondary market so that the trading members should not face a problem while handling a back office system. So formats are same, format also declared by the exchanges. We will give you reference numbers, and my colleague from Clearing Corporation, Mr. Sanjay Narvandkar, is also here. He will explain you in detail and he will take queries in question and answer sessions to how to handle or what if any problems you have faced during the issues, how it happens and how to do to solve those queries or face the, how to resolve our problems. So once you do the early paying, for you as a trading members to double check what will happen when you do early paying, there is a scheduler run by the depositories, CDSL and NSDL. So there are different time gaps for schedulers. Maybe CDSL is running it within 5 to 10 minutes, NSDL taking time 15 to 20 minutes. So for conservative sides, we will say that within half an hour when I am doing early paying file, within half an hour the shares should be available for me to bid. Okay. Now this mechanism is how I will again explain you. We are very much well versed with the offer for sale. What we do in offer for sale? What we do when we go for a bidding, we see that money should be available there, then we will be able to bid. So here, offer for sale means issuer, company, they wanted to sell shares. Here, issuer, company or acquirer wanted to buy shares from the investor. So what I have to do? I have to first give my shares there. That shares should be available with the clearing corporation. If those shares are there, then one module which is called IBBS, Internet-Based Book Building System of a BSE, which will confirm the bid. So once you do the early paying, within half an hour you have to check in RTRMS, that is Real-Time Risk Management System of Clearing Corporation, whether that shares limit is available against that client. When you are uploading the RTRMS file, early paying file, there you have to mention for which client how many shares. Like here again, I'm just comparing this with the OFS because now all are familiar with the OFS. OFS, what happens when you deposit money? Generally, exchange doesn't see if this money is for which client. You know, if the 1 crore is there, then I can pick up 1 crore for any bid. I will not say that this 1 crore is deposited by client A or client B. But in OTB, when you are doing early paying file, you are mentioning these 1000 shares is for which client? For client A 200, for client B 300, and so on and so forth. So what will happen? When you put a bid in IBBS, that is Internet-Based Book Building Platform of BSE, it will go and check in RTRMS whether for that particular client those shares are available or not. If the shares are not available, it will give you a remark saying that collateral insufficient. If the shares are there, then it will block that shares and it will give you a bid ID. This is for a demat shares. If you have a physical shares, what will happen in physical shares? As an investor will come to you saying that I am having a physical shares plus I have received a form from the company for a application. Now again, when I am saying a form, I will give you in detail. Again, form, when I am saying form, there is a one column of application number, which is not mandatory, but if you put it is okay. So in physical form, when he comes to you, what you have to see, what is a certificate number, distinctive numbers and folio number. These three fields are mandatory in physical. When you put a bid in physical, as a trading member, your responsibility is over. Extra facility what you can give it to an investor, that you can help him to give these shares to RTA. So if you see the exchange circular where we are saying the responsibility of giving these shares to RTA is investor as well as trading member. Sometimes what happens, the trading member says, Baba, I don't have a time, but since you are my regular client, I am ready to put a bid for you, but please see that shares you will transfer to RTA. Why I am saying RTA? Because in physical shares, what will happen, when you put a bid, there is no, for exchange, we don't have any share certificate or we don't have any shares to confirm whether those shares are really there or not. So what exchange is doing, when you are putting bid, exchange is giving you a temporary bid ID. And those shares will be shown on the exchange website as an unconfirmed bid. And what we are doing, it's say for example, buyback issue is open for 10 days. Every day at the exchange, I am sending a file to RTA to confirm these physical bids. So what we do, once you put a bid, your trading member, your investor or yourself will be sending that shares to RTA. So what RTA will check? RTA will check whether these shares are good delivery or bad delivery, whether the record which I received from the exchange is correct, whether 200 shares are correct, whether certificate number is written is correct, whether distinctive number written is correct. Then he will say okay to the exchange. He will, in the same day, he has to return the file to the exchange saying okay or reject. If he is rejecting, he has to give a reason why he is rejecting. I am talking about the physical share. Please keep this in mind. If I am saying the bid is rejected, then for trading members, it will be available next day to see whether any shares are got rejected. If rejected, for example, the signature is not matching. Physical shares, old, last 10 years, investors holding, signature keeps on changing. Apna book ka signature change hota hai. Anytime when we go to bank says this is not your signature. Then you have to say, no, this is my signature, look, this is that, all these things. So you can immediately inform to the investor saying that Baba, your signature is not tallying, so please go to RTA and get it rectified. So this is the extra facility as exchange has given. But please keep this in mind, the last day if you put a bid, then you will not have this facility. So you have to guide to your investors, if you have a physical shares, try to put a bid as early as possible. Even in our circular, the exchange circular which I issued, we are saying you have to deposit those shares within 2 days. So if you are putting a bid on day one, you have at least 8 to 10 days in your hand, if to rectify or not. So please guide your investor, if they have physical shares and they are interested in applying for, they should apply as early as possible. They should not wait till last day. Okay? Then there are various rules, like in buyback, you can cancel and modify bid. But in delisting, you can cancel and modify bid also, but on last day you cannot do it. And in open offer, once you put a bid, you cannot cancel and modify. These are the rules as per the regulations. I have covered that in my PPT also. So, once, as I said, demat and physical, I have told you how you bid it and how you get the confirmation. In physical, there is one more thing which you as a trading member have to keep in mind. Whenever you are putting a physical shares in a bid, then you have to give a transaction receipt to the investor, so he can, when he is going and depositing that shares to RTA, he has to accompany with that transaction slip. That transaction slip says the name of the member, name of the client, distinctive numbers, certificate number and folio number. So this is a proof that bid has been placed on our exchange platform, and accordingly the RTA confirms it on a daily basis to the exchange. Then what happens once the issue is closed? For delisting within 5 days, for say buyback within 7 working days, the RTA will confirm to the exchange about the, in consultation with the issuer, with the company and DRLN, whether he is accepting the shares or not. If he is accepting, why I am saying accepting or not? For example, now variant issue is going on. So issue size is 20 lakhs, and if they got a more shares, then of course they will accept, but there will be a proportionate basis. So he will get, the RTA will give to the exchange saying that, for example, for 100 bids we are accepting 80 shares and 20 we are returning. This acceptance we called, earlier we called, OFS we called it allotment, here we call it acceptance. The acceptance file will be given by the RTA to the exchange on, say, after issue close, within 5 days they have to give a file. The settlement calendar also declared by the exchange prior to issue opening. You can refer settlement calendar every time. And once that file comes, we call it as a T-day. T-day we give to trading members all trade-related files, and the settlement will be happening on T+1 day. Settlement calendar also we declare well in advance. And again, trade files are similar to the secondary market files, and these files are also available on extranet. Bidding, various reports are there for bidding in IBBS platform, which you can take out, like TRS is there, what bid you have done, that report is there. Plus exchange on continuous basis, whenever you are putting a bid, exchange is displaying on its website on his own bid, and if it is on another exchange, then it shows the cumulative bids. So, and I just wanted to give you some facts of this. As of now, from 1st April, total 6 issues have completed, 2 issues are completed and 6 issues are on. And in all cases, all issues are on BSE, and BSE is a designated stock exchange for all these issues. And our market share is around 70%. And this is, we are achieving because of UOL. Okay, so I am just running through the PPT about the software. This is about, first I will tell you about the software, that is the internet bookbuilding platform. This platform is a very well-versed platform and popular among the trading members and banks. Here in this platform, we have IPO FPO module, we have a rights issue module, we have a debt public issue, IPP module is there. IPP module is for a selected trading members. Offer for sale, which is available for all trading members. Reverse book building is there, and now reverse book build is replaced by the acquisition window or offer to buy window, which is for which we have come now for this seminar. Now, why we have kept, if it is a reverse book building is replaced by offer to buy, then why we have kept this module on IBBS platform? I will tell you, all offer to buy, as per the SEBI guidelines, all offer to buy now, it will come through a secondary market. But if an acquirer or if a promoter is debarred to deal in a secondary market, then he has to bring it to reverse book building platform. So those promoters or those acquirers will not able to use secondary market mechanism. This is what SEBI, as per SEBI. So that's why reverse book building platform also we are kept on this model. So I am just talking about the IBBS platform. Basic features of IBBS platform is a effective monitoring of bidding centers, simplified bid entries. If you see the bid entries, it's a very simplified. Whatever list required, that only we have asked. We are not asking anything more. Faster file upload. I'm saying why faster file upload, because this is required at the time of IPO. If IPO is going on, exchange platform accept around, we test it continuous basis, around 25,000 record within 1.5 minutes. This is the great achievement of a BSE platform, and that's why I'm saying the faster file upload and a batch upload, doing order book on a real-time basis, modification and cancellation of bids. You can do it manually, you can do it batch-wise, T+ modification, printing of transaction slips, downloading banks member reports. If you are giving ASBA banks, I will come in the end of my presentation that now there is one more option available for trading members is the IPO, because now IPO timeline is reduced from T+12 to T+6. That will be effective from 1st January. This is also very good one more opportunity for trading members to expand its business. I will come at the later end of my presentation. Then Wing builds statistic via graphs, customized dashboard. This is something new which we have brought in, which is also used by many trading members. Receiving issue updates on BSC. We have some ticker line, which is continuously running on a platform where you put a bid. It gives various update of a next issue, anything, earlier closing, like something like that. And ESBA, the bulk forms also. You can, download forms, application forms in IPO for debt IPO as well as equity IPO for your trading members. Not necessary to go out and find out the application form. You yourself can download it from this platform, as well as this facility is available on exchange website also. But if you are logging in this module, from here also you can download. This facility is available for IPO, basically to give a service, customized service to your investors. Before he is coming to you, your form will be ready. You are saying if you are interested, just sign it. We'll apply on behalf of you. Then there is a a user type. This I am again talking about the IBBS platform, which is the main platform. Here you have various users: admin user, batch user, dealer. Then branch user is there. Branch users can create his own dealer and batch user. The difference, I am quickly running through this. Then we will go to OTP. The difference between the batch user, branch user and dealer is batch user do not have a rights to upload his bids. He can only punch the bids. His bids will be uploaded by his hierarchy, like in admin user, or in if it is a branch user, batch user, then branch user can do that. These are the various rights who can do what. This PPT will share with you. We'll give it to Forums official. They will mail that to you. You can click on your desktop to user. This is the screen where I ask, member ID, username and password. You all people must be familiar with this. Dashboard facility which we have, recently started. This is the add-on facility, add-on service which gives you a cumulative bid summary, valid bid summary, T+1 details, OFS bid summary, if OFS is going on, and allocation summary. These are the features of dashboard. These are drag and drop facility. Anything you can add as per your choice and as per your requirement. Now we'll come to offer to buy. This is the main gist of this seminar is kept for this purpose. Here, this particular facility from secondary market has started based on the SEBI circular, which is a guidelines. It is April 13, 2015. They have issued guidelines, which is available on exchange website also. It's a secondary market mechanism, real-time risk management for a demat shares. As I said before, when you are putting a bid, the shares should be available, and exchange or clearing corporations earmark or block those shares, and then only your bid is successful bid, and participation by trading members. Now here, one more aspect in demat which I forgot to tell you is that you can, if it is an institutional bids or any HNI bids, you can pass it down to custodians also. When you are putting bid, like in OFS, here also you have a facility to give it to custodians. When you are giving it to custodians, no need that share should be in your account. You are putting custodian name and custodian ID and CP code, so that bid will go to a custodian. Till that time, custodian confirms that bid will be shown as a temporary on an exchange website. Custodian, same as a trading member, he has to do a early pay with a particular client code. Once you do early pay, then you can accept that bid. Once you accept that bid, in your account from provisional bid, it will move to a confirmed bid. Same as OFS, but here against shares, custodian can confirm. And this offer to buy platform is available only to trading members. In IPO, banks are also allowed to participate, but in this platform it is only to trading members. And as I said, if from 1st July any issue is coming, it has to come to a secondary market. There is no other option except in case of there is a debarment on acquirer or a promoter. Otherwise, they have to come to this platform only. And there are very good issues also coming on maybe shortly. Again, the futures of acquisition window. Same bid entry for a delisting, takeovers and buybacks. Once you know familiarize, or once you do a bidding for one issue, for all issues it is a similar. You select the issue name. There will be, say for example, 4-5 issues are going on. You have to just select the issue name in drop down. All details will come there. A separate settlement. This you have to keep in the mind. For all issues, there are separate settlement number. Like you know how it happens in secondary market. We have a settlement number on a day wise. Here, all for, say for example, today 4 issues are on, so for all 4 issues there is separate settlement number. So settlement number you have to track down from the exchange notice, which as I said, exchange at least issue 2 days prior to issue opening date. Competing offers, if there is a competing offers, like there are 2-3 acquirers for the same company, there will be a separate issues as well as separate settlement numbers. Acquirer can come together and they can offer single offer, or they can offer separately also if there is a competition between them. Members can bid at, as I said, members can bid in demat and physical shares, online or offline government take a facility. This is to custodians for institution bids or high net worth bids. File upload facility is there. At the time you can upload 100 records. Wing order on a real-time basis. You get an instant reply whether your order is accepted by bid ID. If it is rejected, then it gives you a reason why it is rejected. For example, collateral is insufficient. Then modification and cancellation of bids manually as well as file upload. Downloading member reports, bid book, allocation file, etc. End of issue files will be available on an extra day. As I said, once the issue is closed, how we give it in a secondary market, this file also goes to extra day. We have created separate tab in extranet, separate folder in extranet, OTP. In that you will get all issue-wise files. This is just a process how it happens. Shareholders, like shareholders deliver shares to pool account with that, as I informed you earlier, with the settlement number and type. Shares, once the share tenders, you can put the bid. Once bid is put, how the file goes to exchange, give it to in its platform, then it gives for RTA for allocations, instructions to clearing house, payout of funds. This is just shown in the diagram how it works. Placing of orders. Now just keep this in mind. Placing of order is as per the secondary market. So the bid offers will be open. Say for example, 10 days. In 10 days you have to bid from 9:50 to 3:30. There is no extension, no single 1 minute extension. If any query comes, so far we have not issued this problem. But just keep this in mind. There is no extension because it is the same as secondary market. We have not seen any time the secondary market got extended. So please this keep in mind. Whenever any issues comes, you have to instruct to your investors. This is the time, and you have to come within that time. Again, the precautions which as a trading member you should take to your investors. Don't come till or don't wait till last minute on the last day. If he comes to you at a 3:30, 3:15, and then you put a early payment file, and if you are not able to succeed to confirm that bid, then the blame will come on you. So please guide and please instruct your investors to come as early as possible. Keep with you a buffer time of at least half an hour to see the shares. Otherwise, your bid will not be go through, because whenever you are putting bid in IBPS platform, it will go and see whether those shares are there or not. As I said, in process, CDSL and NSDL, they have their own schedulers, so it might take 20 to 30 minutes. So generally it happens within 20 minutes, but for buffer side, always tell your investors we need at least 30 minutes to confirm the bids. Just this keep in mind, because on last day, if somebody is coming at 3:15, the blame will come to the investor, sorry to a trading member, and then unnecessary compliance services. Investors can place their orders to respective stockbrokers, that is trading members, in OTB window, offer to buy. Investor can place order for a demat and physical shares. Demat bids order without custodian party participation, that is early paying of securities mandatory prior to placing of orders. Same shall be validated at the time of entry. As I said, whenever you are putting bid, it will go and check in RTRMS whether shares are there, and that shares also for that particular client the shares are there, then only it will accept accept, otherwise it will reject. For custodian participation, early paying is required by the custodian before confirmation. Even in confirmation, if you have put a bid to custodian and if custodian doesn't confirm during that period, like for example, you have put a bid on day 1 and custodian are not able to confirm till date, say T10 in the issue period, then that bid will get lapsed. But of course, if that bid get lapsed, there is no responsibility on the trading members because you have, as a trading member, you have done your duty, but custodian has not performed his duty. Maybe he has not got an instruction from his client or whatever reason. But there is no responsibility on trading members. Why I am putting few points, particularly because we have received so many calls on these queries. If custodian doesn't accept bid, then what is the responsibility of a trading member? Custodian shall either confirm or reject orders not later than the close of trading hours on the last day of offer period. Order modification shall revoke the custodian confirmation and revised order shall be sent to custodian again. If anything, any modification, if you do it, then the again order will go. Same as OFS. In OFS also, if you change anything, again custodian is required to confirm the same. Then physical shares, seller member should place bids with the relevant details as mentioned on a physical share certificate like folio number, certificate number, distribution numbers. Seller member to print ERS containing details of orders submitted like folio number, certificate number, distribution numbers, etc. That ERS got a BSc logo also. You have to sign on that ERS if required. It is always better to put your round stamp also on the ERS. So it is a confirm that it is issued by your office, and investor also have to sign on that. The format is prescribed there. It's a very good format. Seller members, custodian investor has to deliver the shares and documents with the TRS to RTA within 2 days of a bidding. So when you are bidding on a first day, you have at least 12 days in your hand to see that shares get delivered. But if you are bidding on a last day for physical shares, then please instruct your client or you take precautions that shares will get delivered to RTA within 2 days, because after 2 days if you give a shares, RTA will not consider that shares for acceptance. So request your investors or you see that the shares will get delivered to RTA if it is a physical shares. Verification of physical certificates to be done by RTA on daily basis till such time BSE shall display such a quantity as an unconfirmed physical bid. As I said, until RTA doesn't confirm on day, every day RTA will confirm or reject the bids. Till that time it will show as an unconfirmed bid. Now here, last day, if you are putting a physical bid, it will be shown as an unconfirmed, but RTA will consider those bids if you able to deliver the shares within 2 days for acceptance. Though it is shown on the exchange website, say for example, out of 1 lakh shares, 4,000 unconfirmed bids shown on an exchange website on last day. Don't panic, because those shares will be also considered by RTA for acceptance if he receives the share, of course. These are the bid entry screen. As I said, symbol is a compulsory. Category, here category again, category various queries we have received on category. Actually, as such, category, like in OFS, if we select the wrong category, bid gets rejected. Because in OFS, what we have done, OFS, the allotment happens on a category. If you are in a particular category, you have particular rights. But in OTP, there is no such this thing. So don't panic if you selected a wrong category. Your bid will not get rejected. That's what we have confirmed by the RTA. Like if there is a confusion कि बाबा मेरा पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म है मैं किधर डालूँ, इंडिविजुअल में डालूँ, दूसरा कुछ है ही नहीं. There is another option is the NOH, non-retail other investors. So generally you should select NOH. But even if you are selected individual, don't panic. Your bid will get accepted. Here in this OTP category is not that material as in OFS. Okay. Application number is not mandatory, but if you are client having application number and if it's showing to you, better put it. So it is a bona fide your client was registered at the time of record date. Now here I am seeing record date. There are rules for this. Again I will explain you. In buyback, you should be available. On a record date, you should be a shareholder. Then only you are eligible.
You cannot purchase from the market and place for a buyback. You are not, you will not get a allocation or acceptance by the company. Now here exchange is not restricted to you. For example, if on record date you are having holding your client is holding 100 shares, but if he gives you to or if he asks you to put a 200 shares, the exchange will not able to check whether that time your eligibility was 100 shares or 200 shares. That eligibility will be checked by RTA. So as an exchange, we are not stopping to you whether you are eligible for that particular shares. Okay, like in buyback, there is a concept of this, but for delisting and other offer, there is no such concept. You can purchase from secondary market and you can place here. Okay. Then custodian code is important when you are putting bid. Here I am saying custodian code. A client code is compulsory. Client code is a UCC code which you are registered for the secondary market, which you are presently using. In each secondary market bid which you are placing, you are using some client code. That client code you have to use here. And type in the sense whether physical shares or electronic shares. If you say electronic, then separate screens open down below. If you say physical, then separate. Like if you select electronic, it will ask you a DP name and DP ID and client ID. But if it is a physical, then it will ask you about the certificate number, folio number and distributor number. If it is a custodian bid, custodian code is not mandatory, but if it is a custodian bid, if it is an institution bid and you wanted to give a custodian, then custodian code for you it is a mandatory, not for other people, because unless and until you put a custodian code, custodian will not able to see your bid in his RTRMS record. So if it is an institutional bid or if it is a high net worth bid, high individual bid which you wanted to give it to custodian, then you need to put a custodian code and CP code. CP code generally is given by the custodian. CP code is a code which is given by custodian to identify his client. So if you don't have a CP code with you, please ask your custodian what is the CP code he required to be put. So based on that you can place that code. Beneficiary in electronic this thing, DPID and client ID. If it is a CDSA, then you have to put only client ID or beneficiary ID. If it is a NSDL, then DPID and client ID both combination. Now here again, there is one more clarification which I wanted to give you. If once share is transferred to your pool account, many members are asking whether I should put my DPID, my in the sense trading members DPID or investors DPID. So I am again telling you, if investor is eligible, then you have to put the investor's DPID and client ID. Otherwise, this bid will get rejected by RT, though you are transferred the shares. Just keep this in mind, because though your shares, of course, those shares are in your pool account when you are putting a bid, but those shares are belonging to the investor at the time of a record date. Custodian bid, as I said, if it is a custodian bid, then CP code is a mandatory. Custodian code is mandatory. This is for physical. Here we have given option of for 3 certificates. But if you have more than 3 certificates, you can put multiple bids. You can put one more bid for the same client with the same UCC code. There is no restrictions on that. Same physical bid for custodian. Again, here also you are putting custodian code and CP code. It will go to custodian. And these physical shares, custodian will deliver to RTA, custodian or his client. Generally, custodians give this service, so they will deliver these shares to RTA. File upload facility, 100 bids at a time. Flexibility of upload, like you can zip that file also and you can upload if there is a constraint of a batch bid. Batch file upload within a second, response generation, success and error files used. This system, file upload also, it works very fast and very smoothly. As a modification, this table, just keep this in mind. In modification, as I informed you earlier also, in buyback, during the issue, modification cancellation is allowed. In takeover, cancellation is not allowed. In delisting, modification, yes, upward only, and cancellation is allowed. Now here, last day, the scene is little different. Buyback, of course, last day is also allowed. Takeover, it is not allowed. But in delisting, last day, nothing is allowed. Not upward revision, no cancellation. So delisting, very particular what you are doing on a last day. This is the order book, how it comes, for normal bids and provisional bids. Provisional bids, the bids which are not confirmed by the custodian, and bids which are not confirmed by the RTA, physical bids. Those will come in provisional bid. For TRS, for this provisional bid also, you will get there. This is a file download which you can download from the platform. Monitoring of bidding centers, various branches you can create, and you can monitor what the branches are doing. Being a branch user or being admin user at your office in Bombay, you can monitor what is happening in Ahmedabad and all. Those facilities are available on this platform. These are the reference for the notices which Exchange has issued. The revised guidelines which we have issued recently, 30th September, first number notice. This notice gives comprehensive guidelines how to do about it. It is having a file formats also. The rules which I said, modification, cancellation, those are also there. Then general issue period, tender offer period is also mentioned in these guidelines. Then our clearing and settlement department has issued a notice for acquisition. Issued a notice for a settlement process for these acquisitions. Their notice is 5th August, 28 number notice. You can refer this notice also. In fact, you should refer this notice because it gives a clear, guidelines how you have to transfer the shares and what precautions you have to do while doing the transfer. These are the various URL for IBPS platform, for RTRMS platform, demos, simulation, as well as live servers. These are our contact details. Thank you. So what we'll do now, we'll ask my colleague, Mr. Sanjay Narvankar, to take, explain you about the settlement and how you transfer the share, that process. Then after we'll have a Q&A session.
Good evening, friends. After how the bids are to be placed as explained by Bhushan, let us come to the main part. I'm sorry Bhushan, I'm saying the main part simply because unless and until you don't deliver the securities, your understanding of how to place the bids is not of any use. Right? So, how are we going to deliver the securities? Unfortunately, although we have given so many notices, we find the calls that we are receiving have not gone through the notices how to deliver the securities. I'll say this at the expense of my friend sitting there. I hope he remembers. Anyways, I'm not taking any names, but the basic thing is you need to deliver the securities through early paying mechanism. Now, early paying mechanism, as everybody sitting across here is aware how you are delivering it in equity cash segment. In equity cash segment, you are required to transfer the securities in your specifically opened early paying account in CDSL, right? I want replies from the other side, please. So everybody is aware that you are having a separate early paying account in CDSL. Still more sounds? Yes. Okay. In NSDL, you are required to hold the securities in your pool account and you are required to issue a irreversible delivery out instruction. For doing that, you require a settlement type and a settlement number. What is the settlement type that we use in equity cash segment? Rolling market lot, and whatever is the settlement number that's going on. In buyback or delisting or takeover, or all three together called as OTB, we have the settlement type separately mentioned as buyback, delisting, takeover. So it's as simple as that. Just ask your clients to deliver the securities in your pool account, or in case if they are issuing it directly from their CDSL beneficiary account, to give the settlement type as buyback, delisting and takeover. The code in CDSL for buyback is 56 market type. For delisting it is 58, and for takeover it is 57. Right? So 11, 10, that is for Bombay Stock Exchange. 56, 57 or 58 for buyback, takeover or delisting. And then the settlement number. Now I am sure we have the members here from Bombay Stock Exchange who would be wondering why we have given this settlement number starting with 2015. Unfortunately, we did not have any control on that, as one of the depositories wanted to have it that way. We are trying our level best to bring it back again to our usual format starting with the financial year. So I hope we will soon be able to do that, but till that time, please request all the members that observe our notice where we are mentioning the settlement number. So currently we are receiving calls on behalf of the members for the buyback which is going on in Clarion. So Clarion, we have the settlement number 2015002. So just as I stated, giving the correct market type, in NSDL you just have to mention either buyback, delisting or takeover, and your DP will take care of that risk. Okay, now does it suffice by giving only the securities in early paying? This is question to you. No. So what is the thing that is more required? EPN file. Now EPN file, is this a very big thing or is it something which is very difficult? I see some heads moving in the front row, but there's no voices from back. Is this very difficult to give a EPN file? But still we are having issues. Why? Because that 2015 which is there in the settlement number is required to be entered in the EPN file. So you guys would be much familiar in giving the EPN file in equity cash segment, wherein the detailed record, that is the record contained in the file, consists of the first 4 digits would be first 4 characters. I want you to say member code, next 4 digits, next 4 characters. In equity cash segment, we have financial year. For OTB, that is offer to buy, you are required to give it as calendar year. Next 4 characters, settlement number. You can give the last 4 digits of the settlement number or 0002. I am taking the example, I am giving the example of Clarion Chemicals. Next 6 digits, script code. Next 6 digits is script code. Next 11 digits, client code. Now client code, in case if you are having say less than 11 characters, for client code we have 11 characters field. Start the first character of your client code immediately after completion of the script code. Like say suppose if you are having a client code of A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I'm just giving an hypothetical example. Now 6 characters you have filled. There are still 5 more characters you have to fill. Please enter space. So 6 characters A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Next 5 characters space. You have completed 11 characters. Don't start with spaces and then go and give the client code. So for the benefit of those who are present, immediately after the completion of the script code, start the client code and end with spaces. Once this 11 characters have been completed, can you tell me how many characters we have completed? Member code 4, financial year 4 8, settlement number 4 12, script code 6 18 plus 11 your client code 29. Now the file is required to contain 36 characters. The last 7 characters are required to be filled with quantity. Now in case if I have to have 100 quantity, how do I fill it? Alright, so it is 0 padded. In case of client code, we started immediately with the client code after the end of script code. But in case of quantity, you need to come with zeros first. Immediately after the client code position is finished, you start with zeros to ensure that you end up with the correct quantity. So in case of 100 quantity, it will be 4 zeros, 1 double 0. That's all. And after completion of this 0, give an enter and close the file. We have given one simple example. People are asking, sir, आप लोगों ने फाइल में तो ये बता दिया फाइल कैसे बनानी है. अब यार 36 कैरेक्टर्स की एक सिंगल फाइल तो आप मैन्युअली भी बना सकते हो, राइट? अच्छा, ये नहीं कर सकते तो इक्विटी सेगमेंट में आप जो फाइल बना रहे हो वही फाइल यूज करो. 1516 को रिप्लेस करो with 2015. Anyway, so that goes for the detailed record. फाइल सेव करते वक्त एक सिंपल फंडा ध्यान में रखना है. We have to have the file name starting with B. For OTB it is starting with B. इक्विटी सेगमेंट में हम लोग E के साथ सेव करते थे. The rest all things are just as an equity cash segment. B start करने के बाद first 4 characters your member code, then last 3 digits of the settlement number, and in case if you are giving the first file for that particular settlement, it will start with incremental number as 01, second file will contain 02 and so on. Just one care we all have to take is, if you have already uploaded a file containing a record of ABC123, just example, unless and until you are required to bid for that client again and you are delivering some additional shares on behalf of that client, second file आप जो दे रहे हैं, in that please don't include the earlier record. So do not duplicate record once already given. Okay, now you have submitted you have prepared the file. Where do you submit it? एक्स्ट्रानेट में। एक्स्ट्रानेट में कहा, जहां इक्विटी की फाइल अपलोड करते वहां पे एक ऑप्शन देके रखा है OTB। सो दैट यू गो एंड अपलोड इट। अपलोड कर दिया, फाइल सक्सेसफुल दिख गई। अब आर यू एबल टू व्यू दैट रिकॉर्ड्स दैट यू हैव गिवन? यस। फाइल अपलोड किया है, इमीडिएटली क्लास कोलैटरल में जाके देख लीजिएगा, इंस्टेंटेनियस आपको वहां रिफ्लेक्ट होगी। इंस्टेंटेनियस। चाहे तो आप कल सुबह टेस्ट कर लीजिएगा दैट आई हैव सबमिटेड द फाइल हियर, फाइल अपलोडेड सक्सेसफुली। बगल में जिसके पास क्लास है उसको ओपन करके रखने को बोलिएगा और उसको चेक करने को बोलिए, अरे देखना भाई फाइल दिख रही है क्या। यू विल इमीडिएटली बी एबल टू सी योर फाइल हैविंग बीन अपलोडेड सक्सेसफुली। वहां जाके मेंबर फाइल्स में इफ यू चेक, you will also be able to view the record that you have set. पब्लिक दूर दूर से फोन करते हैं हम लोगों को कि अरे भाई हमने वो ये किया है, फाइल अपलोड की है, दिखती है, आपको दिख रही है? भाई मुझे तो दिख रही है, आप भी देख लो। आपके पास भी क्लास कोलैटरल हमने दे रखा है, इमीडिएटली जस्ट गो एंड जस्ट चेक इट। अगर वहां नहीं दिख रही है तो हम लोग बैठे हैं, we will tell you why that file is not being seen, right? Okay, now can you give me the file first and securities later? Yes or no? Please do not have any confusion. आपके मन में आया आप फाइल पहले दो, आपके मन में आया सिक्योरिटीज पहले दो। वी हैव डेवलप्ड अ सिस्टम विच विल रिसीव वॉट एवर यू हैव गिवन एंड वेट फॉर द अदर। सो अपने मन में कोई भी शंका मत रखिएगा। आपके जो भी कलीग्स होंगे वो अगर कहेंगे आपको अरे भाई पहले मेरे को सिक्योरिटीज देने दो, या पहले यार तू फाइल अपलोड कर उसके बाद मैं सिक्योरिटीज देता हूं, कोई जरूरत नहीं है। यू डू योर बिजनेस, दैट गाय आस्किंग टू डू हिज बिजनेस। सो यू कैन गिव आइदर द सिक्योरिटीज फर्स्ट और द फाइल फर्स्ट, नो इश्यूज, इट विल बी वेटिंग। और जो भी आप दे रहे हो आपको क्लास कोलैटरल में दिखाई देगा। इवन द सिक्योरिटीज दैट हैव बीन डिलीवर्ड which have been received by us through the depository, we receive files in 10 minutes interval from NSDL, provided there is any record, and in 15 minutes time from CDSL, provided there is a record in this period. The file which is received from depository without any manual intervention goes to our early paying system. The file that you have uploaded through the extranet is received automatically and given to the early paying mechanism. There is no manual intervention anywhere. So, अगर आपकी फाइल दिख नहीं रही है तो definitely there is some issue in either your uploading or the file has not been received by us through the depository. ठीक है, ये बिल्कुल मन से निकाल लीजिएगा कि अरे वहां जाने के बाद वो सीसी क्लियरिंग कॉर्पोरेशन को कुछ करना है, उसके बाद में अपने को यहाँ दिखाई देगा। हाँ, ये हो सकता है दैट आई हैव रिसीव्ड योर फाइल, उतने में आपका फोन आया और मैं आपको बोलता हूँ भाई चेक कर लो अभी, कावळा बसायला आणि फांदी तुटायला. So that's regarding the early paying mechanism. Unless and until both the things are received by us, the record will not be reflected in your RTRMS. Again, as soon as both the files are received, our early paying system creates a record and sends it to RTRMS, which you are again able to view it online. तुरंत आपको दिखेगा. So in case when you put your bids and you find a reason, collateral insufficient, एक बात समझ लेना, या तो फाइल में आपने जो दिया है उसमें कुछ गड़बड़ी है, जाके कोलैटरल्स में चेक कर लीजिएगा व्हाट इज द स्टेटस ऑफ योर फाइल, राइट? एनीथिंग एल्स दैट यू वांट मी टू टेल यू अबाउट अर्ली पेइंग मैकेनिज्म? Any questions that you have on early paying mechanism, or Bhushan, are we going to take the question answers later?
Yeah.
So I think that I'll just
कंपनी वाला ने सेंट्रल वाले की फॉर्म भेजो और टीआर नहीं है ना, वीडियो पर वीडियो आपको भेजो सामने।
Acha, one more thing, I think Bhushan has already covered that. Once you place the bids on the IBBS platform, there is no requirement for forwarding any form to the company, because the bid that you have placed will go to the company along with the details of the clients with his Demat account number. So the RTA is already having the list of the clients who are eligible to place their bids. So आपके bid जो एंट्री मार रहे हो उसमें आप क्लाइंट कोड दे रहे हो, तो डीमैट अकाउंट दे रहे हो. Based on that, the RTA will accept the bid, or I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Hello. It is in the case of physical, sir. In DMAT, there is no need for the RTA to receive the forms. No problem, sir. It is not necessary. No, it is not necessary, sir.
नहीं, 9th October जो बोल रहे हैं, sorry Pratik, I think they must be calling for that physical bids, because 7th is the last date and 2 more days. So
we will speak to the RTA, sir. We will speak to the RTA.
As per understanding or what we have decided along with the issuers RTA for all issues, DMAT, it is not compulsory to give form to a RTA or to a registrar. But physical, definitely along with your physical certificate, better to give a form to them. It has been confirmed. It's not necessary. But if you are trying going and giving, it's available. See, कौन क्या बोलता है ऐसे नहीं. If he is saying, ask him to give in writing. हमको राइटिंग में दे दो, नहीं तो एक्सचेंज को मेल भेजो. और अगर कोई किसने बात किया है, just give us their number, we'll try to speak.
क्या बोल रहे हैं सर?
नहीं
सर, अगर मैं वहीं पे रिजेक्ट कर दूं आपकी फाइल, तो जितने मेंबर्स फाइल्स अपलोड कर रहे हैं उनको क्यू में रुकना पड़ेगा. So what we are doing is we are taking your files in our system and giving you immediate response in the class collateral. So please go, after uploading the file, just go in the class collateral and check the status of your file. You will immediately able to see it. Sir, your point taken, but unfortunately, if I keep a reading facility there, I will require more time to read that file. सर, मैं for the sake of repetition again बोल रहा हूँ, अगर मैं वहीं पढ़ने लगूँ फाइल तो मुझे टाइम जाएगा. आज की तारीख में आप जो भी फाइल दे रहे हो, मैं तुरंत उसको एक्सेप्ट कर रहा हूँ, और उसको सेपरेटली रीड करके मैं आपको क्लास कोलैटरल में आपको रिस्पॉन्स दे रहा हूं, आप देख लीजिए वहां पे। या
while bidding, there is a field like client ID. Suppose a dealer does a mistake of putting one ID, there is a difference. So when I come to know, because there is a, as it has been said that it will be accepted and whatever does it will happen on the last date, so that is on 15th, like for example, clearing. So now in case what will be the, how the matching is done actually? Like physical, you are given a chance that every end of the day it will go to RTA and will get on the next day that if there is any mistake or whatever. The same way, is there anything
What mistake?
so for example, client ID, while putting the ID,
if I am not mistaken, what you are saying is my client code is ABC123. You have mentioned in the EPN file client code as ABC12.
okay. I think while putting a bid, you need to put a client ID manually. Client ID, DPID, right? So if I does a mistake in client ID, instead of putting 1 to 3, I am putting as 1 to 4. Take example. So how it will be validated?
Asking about DPID client ID in the bid.
See, when you are putting a client ID differently, say for example, you do an early plane of ABC123 and you put a client ID as AP123 and there is no early plane of that shares, it won't get reflected in RTRMS and the shares won't go through.
I got your query. So your bid will not be rejected because generally what RTA is going to see whether that shares are there against that share from that demand. So I don't think your bid will get client ID.
Client ID is 8 digit. NSU में 8 डिजिट का आईडी आगे पीछे नंबर हो गया था।
No, they will match. They will match. Generally what they will do, they will match, as I told you, कि आज on record date they will see shares on whose name. That's why I said if they will not check our records, they will see whether that's what I said. They will say whether this client is eligible or not. Then only they will give you. If there is a mismatch, they will definitely will come to you. But again, that I'm saying, you don't put member ID. As you said, if it is my pool account, whether I should put a member ID or client ID. You should always client ID. See, there are two indications. One is a name, and other is a DPID client ID. Something should match. It will not happen that नाम भी गलत डाला है और DPID भी गलत डाला है. Okay, but what your suggestion is taken very positively. We'll ask RTA whether we can give that file also to you on day-to-day basis.
Before handing over to Kirit Bhai, the details that you are providing in the EPN file doesn't contain the client ID DPID. Your pool account details or your early paying account details that are going to remain with the CC only. These are not going to go to RTA. Whatever client ID, DPID that you are going to fill in the bid on behalf of your client, that is only going to go to RTA. So, requesting all the members to ensure double care while entering the bid, in the bid, the DPID client ID of your client, so that the client doesn't come back to you stating भाई आपने क्या मेरा नंबर डाल दिया इसने RTA ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया. So please ensure the correct DPID ID client ID. उसके लिए क्या कर सकते हो? How you are going to take care? that you're incorporating the correct DPID client ID. या तो उसके पास जो कंपनी ने फॉर्म दिया है वो, बट धीरे धीरे वो फॉर्म बंद हो जाएगा, तो उससे क्लाइंट मास्टर ले लो.
This has to be like real time.
So I think that
Because right now we have option that we are taking a form from the client where there is a client ID is over there mentioned. So that is good for us. But moving forward, if that is also going to get clear,
that I think Bhushan has stated that we will forward it to IT. Yeah, sir.
So there is one my question is that if I am not DP and my client has a demat account with the CDSLs, and suppose I will give my the early paying account, how should broker come to know that shares are issued in the early paying account? Because broker has no right for viewing the demat account also of the early paying. Because this account is maintained by the exchange itself. Many times we have given request to the CDSS, at least we have required to viewing the rights, not for the executions right, but only for the viewing right to seeing our early paying account that share has been deposited in his early paying account or our early paying has been settled. But till date it is not possible. So just we request that for the early paying account, the broker has given the viewing right also. Otherwise how should we come to know? Second, there is one question is that in the physical form, if you can see the TRS form, there is a one request, there is a one column is that for the client signature. How we can get the client signatures? If my client is out of station or if my client is out of stations, Surat, Ahmedabad, how should I get after the executions of the orders? If I will get the TRS copy, there is a one column, client signature. I will...
Your record, for you and your client record.
Just I have asked to the RTA, Selculo said that it is not be required. If you can get this sign, it is okay. If it is not done, because if the bid is rejected by the RTA, then there is no any alternate option. Reject means reject. Because there is no any arbitrations doing, there is no any valid complaints at the exchange level also.
See, based on TRS, non-submission of TRS, they are not going to reject it. For physical, TRS is required.
Because so many clients.
Because let me tell you, TRS is required to understand RTA कि ये जो shares लाया है इसका bidding हुआ है. Otherwise, what will happen? Few of the members, as I told you earlier, what we used to happen, it has the investor is required to be directly given to RTA. So वैसा नहीं हुआ है. Make a precautions कि it will rotate through a trading members. We are insisting TRS, and that's why RTA बोलेगा कि अगर physical share है तो TRS किया है. TRS is what कि जो bid किया है उसका proof है. But demand के लिए वो required.
Demand के लिए नहीं. I need to say only for the physical share. When I attach the TRS with the shares, there is a one customer sign. Customer sign as well as the counter sign. Counter sign means the broker affix the stamp and sign.
Yes.
So I cannot be able to get my client sign. I can get the on the SH4 form. I will fill up completely. SH4 form is required to be attached with the physical share forms.
I don't think there will be an issue. Like you are saying, your client is outside.
But in the BSc format, you should remove this column. Client signature, it is not be required. Also, broker stamp and sign is to be required on the BSc form, TRS form, but client signature is not required.
Authentication ki I have put this bid.
That is a optional. That is optional. That is not be required as a mandate. Otherwise, how should I get the sign from the client?
We'll check that. I was not anticipating कि client बाहर से आपको इधर physically भेजता है and then you.
But today I have experienced that my client has given the intimation, but till the 4 hours I could not get the share identification that I have received the share or not. For the early paid account, have you issued any intimations online? Just on the behalf of the brokers form, I will ask you. Have we get any information, confirmation from the exchange or from the CDSL level or CDAS that this is your early paying account status? No. So for this purpose, because this buyback, delisting, takeover offer will be go on continuously.
Now it is
so for the early paying account, it is required.
So your first question is still unanswered. What CDSL can give and not, let us not discuss because they have not been invited here. But if I am your client and I am delivering the shares on your behalf in your early paying account, you can very well view it in the class collateral system. Only thing is, if myself, Bhushan and Pratik are also your members, and we have initiated the early paying on your member code behalf, you will be able to view all those 3 records in a consolidated format. So definitely, if we are your clients and we are depositing the shares in your early paying account, you can go and check it in your class collateral. You will be able to view that 100 shares, if I have delivered 100 shares in your early paying account. Yeah, but I'll be telling you, na, I'll simply not just transfer the shares and just keep quiet. If I am your client, am I not required to inform you that boss, I have transferred this many shares from my account in your early paying account, and I will be sending you my statement. In case if you don't believe me, you will ask me by statement, isn't it? You will ask your client, isn't it? कि भाई statement दो, आपने अगर भेजा है तो, which you can very well check from your class collateral. Yeah.
Suppose I have 5 clients. Every client has deposited 100 shares. Suppose I get 400 shares out of the 500. How should I identify that this 100 share client ID is to be rejected?
Sir, आपके 5 clients के पास statement मांग लीजिएगा. Check.
Sir,
I think that
obviously the current system doesn't have a solution to this problem, but this is a genuine practical problem faced by all the members. Please take it as a feedback and see if you can solve
we will
it.
definitely take it, and I just did not want to take it because they are not here, but we will convey it.
Clearing corporation and depository office से काफी बात कर रहे हैं. हमारा जो भी सुन लीजिए, solve कर सकते हैं तो बहुत बढ़िया, नहीं तो फिर तुम client
सुन लिया, we will take it. We will take it.
We have to generate an experiment. So it is very difficult to understand how to limit that human error. So we want to have account. It is early account with the exchange. Can be mapped by the member in the easy. So they are already mapped. We can see the holding, it's a big holding, and then have to generate text amounts. And it is very difficult to understand. So we have already suggested easy also that we require in a PDF form. It will be easier to understand.
On behalf of all present here, we will take this and put it across to CDSL guys, and we will ask them to map your early paying account that has been opened with the clearing corporation to provide you with the viewing facility. Yeah.
So put a bid today for my client and it's successfully approved. I need to put it tomorrow again.
No.
Tomorrow is the last day.
No, once you put, you got a bid ID.
After your successful bid ID, just wait for the date of the download of files, which in case of Clariant has been declared as 14th October. So on 14th October, you will be receiving all the trade files and the successful offers that have been passed, and on 15th, you will be getting the settlement. Yeah, Kevin.
So that RTA content, the names, client ID, DP IDs, this should be matched with the RTA data. Suppose the partnership form is ABC and my debit account is not open in the partnership form, then then it is open in the individual. Suppose individual name is XYZ, but as far as the exchange level, it is a partnership form is under the UCC code. So is it to be accepted by the RTA or is it to be rejected? Exchange code is ABC as a partnership form, and individual demat account number is in XYZ. So is it accepted or not?
So
Because there is no clarity given by the ID.
So demat account number is in the name of the individual, but the PAN number is of the partnership firm. अपना पूरा capital market PAN number base पे चल रहा है.
But RTA is only the recognize only the name. Suppose ABC is a partnership firm and XYZ is the demat account first name. Then it is a note based. It is a note based with the exchange and the RTA records.
Sir, in the books of the exchange, there is a UCC 94A001 PAN number AA. In the demat account Mr. ABC to be partners, but PAN number is again AA, right? Are we okay with this premise? डीमैट जो पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म का डीमैट अकाउंट खुलता है वो पार्टनर्स के इंडिविजुअल नाम में खुलता है, ये सच है. लेकिन पैन नंबर पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म का पड़ता है इन द डीमैट अकाउंट. सो द आरटीए should ideally go by PAN because the entire capital market goes by PAN. But are you aware of it? Are you talking about there is a case where it has been rejected?
The PAN number.
Sorry?
He is obliged to check only the client identity ID and the name also. They have not identified the PAN number.
They are obliged to
Is there any confirmation from your side? Is there any difference in the allowed letters and PAN number they have checked also with the demat account number? आपको ये बता रहा हूँ पेज नंबर की जो आइडेंटिटी है, पेज नंबर जो आप बता रहे हैं, ये पेज नंबर सेकंड चेक एकदम डिफरेंट अकाउंट डिटेल्स एंड everything aspect.
RTA can check the PAN number if they want.
There is no any clarity from the RTA. You can ask to Mr. Anand Modi. Only the because there is only the fear of the rejection is there. If my HLI land is a 5,007 player, right? And if the
यदि उन्होंने
rejected, then there is a problem to for the convince to him.
यदि उन्होंने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, एक भी ऐसा केस आ गया
क्या करेंगे? exchange is to be responsible for the rejection, or is there any provision for the arbitrations for the resolution of this case? Nothing else, sir. एक बार नेक्स्ट टाइम रिजेक्ट हो गया तो रिजेक्ट ही, इसमें तो फिर कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे अपन.
आई एम श्योर दे आर लॉस्ट ऑफ इन्वेस्टर ग्रीवेंस मैकेनिज्म पुट इन द सिटी. Obviously it's a very specific case which should be
because this is the first time
on your specific point की क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल सही है, क्लैरिटी तो होना ही चाहिए.
और
हर सवाल का जवाब इस मंच पे हर सवाल का जवाब हो नहीं सकता, अपने सवाल रेज कर सकते हैं. This function is two way. One, it is for the exchange to teach us their system. This for us to bring to the exchange बहुत जिंदगी में ये सब practical issues हैं, because ये system best design करते हैं, but we face practical issues. It is a duty to bring it to their knowledge. अच्छा, ये issue है, आपको solve कीजिए. But once we made a point, sir, once we made a point, we can't push it in this place. Bring the issue out, for the issue later to SEBI.
अभी जो इशू ऑन इससे आपका अपने डाला है सर, so we get it verified from the. See, your query is your client is having a partnership, बराबर है, but why registering or why DPI? You have used the individual, right? You have put a bid where you have mentioned the name of the partnership firm.
You are not telling the partnership name. I not present
first name. So his bid will get clear, na? See, in company's record, see, don't get confused. In company's record also, when company is taking on a record date, that DPID and client ID is shown against the individual name. So not to worry, sir. Your bid definitely going to get. Only problem will come when you are putting a name as a partnership firm, and here in DPID you are giving the DPID of an individual person because he has registered. But again, to that effect also, my gut feeling says your bid will get considered in this case also, because what you are thinking is RTA also having such cases with them. कि partnership firm में they also aware कि only partner register their name in DPID mandate. See what we are thinking. See they are handling day in day. Still, if any particular issue which is on in which you have put a bid, give me a case. To at least give me bid ID. I will ask RTA to take his view on this, if at all you are concerned. But if in your case what you are saying कि individual name डाला है और individual DPID है, तो no need to worry about this. Because in company's account also it is in individual name and individual name. Thank you. Any other queries? I will ask Dr.
Mr. Bhushan and Sri Sanjay sir for giving this valuable information. I would request Mr. Uttam Bagri to please come here and give a memento from the BSE Brokers Forum side to the BSE officials.